Hi guys, and welcome to GISTUBE TV, where we thrill you with amazing video all day long. If you're new here, please consider subscribing to this channel and hit the notification bell after you subscribe to this channel.
Let's talk Bbnaija 2021 in this video. I mean, I feel like I've not really made mention of them in a while now because they've not been interesting, let's be honest. But then today they decided to give us goosebumps. Actually, it's been coming now for about 2-3 days. It's been brewing in their mind, and with the old ships and whatnot, it just came to an head today. And there were 2 different or even 3 different people, different times when there was heated argument and almost physical altercation in the house. First off, let's talk about Maria and Jackieb. My goodness. Okay. In the morning, before I talk about Maria and Jackieb, I'm going to come to them. They need to have another beef going on. But first off, in the morning, it was Tega and Nini. The thing with Nini is when she came into the house, I felt like something was off about her voice because she was talking from, I don't know, she wasn't talking from down, deep down inside. So when she had the altercation with Tega and she was raising her voice and she was speaking and it was really deep, I'm like, so you can actually speak well. So why are you trying to be all chappy with your voice and whatnot? And then they had that altercation. Okay, what happened is this. So Tega asked for permission from a certain person to take a stool to sit on, but then Nini was putting her leg on it. And instead of Tega to tell Nini that, okay, so I want to take this seat, she just pulled it off Nini's leg. Right, and then she was wearing skirts, and so she opened and she flashed everybody and whatnot, and she was really mad. Like, that is so rude. It wouldn't cost you anything to say, Nini, take your legs off. I want to pick this stool. I want to pick this chair in the garden to sit on. And then it was a very loud one, calling themselves several names and whatnot. And it felt like, okay, it's going to be a good day. But then that was not the end. Before I continue this gist, guys, if this is your first time here, consider subscribing to this channel. It's will mean a lot. Whole lot to me. For more Bbnaija review, the gist between Maria and Jackieb, every fight, everything happening in the house, the diary session. Please subscribe to this channel, like this video if you're enjoying it so far. I promise you there is more where this is coming from. Now, as if that is not enough, Liquorose has been pushing this agenda since yesterday, since the morning rather, that Angela and Beatrice were gossiping about housemates the night before, that they were talking in a very low tone and that they mentioned her name. And that, well, first off, what is Liquorose's problem? She's so much into Emmanuel and Iman is not into her. Anyways, so she's been saying that, going to tell everybody that cares to listen that they're gossiping about her, they should take her mouth off, her name off their mouth and whatnot. And so someone else was in the diary session, was in the diary room having their own diary session. And then I can't remember what the person is now. And when the person came out, the next thing we saw is the fight going on in the changing room via slash the bathroom between Maria and Beatrice at first. And Maria was like, take my name off your mouth, you this and that. And then it became Liquorose, Angela, and then Beatrice, with Liquorose saying they were gossiping about her. And Angela was like, okay, what thing did you hear? Why did you not come to meet me? Why did you go to meet Sammy? And Liquorose was like, see, I did not know that Sammy's and you guys, ship is already sinking. I feel like that is going to be another video. The shipping in the house is going to be a totally different video. Don't worry about that. I'm going to give it just hot. Anyways, so she was like, I went to tell your boyfriend to warn you and to tell you to keep your mouth away from my name. Don't talk about me. Don't talk about my ship. Don't talk about whatever that concerns me, because I do not make your problem my business. And Angela was like, why didn't you come to meet me? And she was, I was really angry, and if I should try to talk to you, I'm going to say a lot of things that I do not mean. I don't know how I will react, and I don't want to do something that will be very stupid or foolish at the end of the day. And that was that. And Beatrice now introduced her own into it, talking to Liquorose, saying Beatrice has so much self-esteem issue and confidence issues, because whenever she wants to say something, the only thing she says is, you think you're better than everybody, you're not better than me, not better than me, not better than I am. I'm like, calm down. Nobody's trying to be better than you are. Why do you feel so inferior to everybody that you have to mention that you're not better than you, right? They started talking to Liquorose, and Liquorose was like, you don't get to talk to me at all. Like, you're not even in the caliber of people that should talk back at me in this house. So just shush your mouth, and I don't want to hear you. Now, the diary session this evening was filled with a lot of people venting and hearing their opinion on what is happening and what is happening. And that's how Jackieb and Maria, the main gist again, entered into the conversation. So what happened is this: remember the fashion show they had that White Money coordinated. Meanwhile, throughout all of this, where was White Money? Because I literally did not see that guy participate in anything. He didn't try to settle anything. He didn't say anything, right? So remember the fashion show. That's So what happened is this: Jackieb won. But when she was presenting, she said, well, she's something during the day and she's a freak at night and whatnot. And so Maria was like, do you mean that? Oh, and she was upset. So Maria, according to her, she apologized much later to her. But that the next day, Jackieb was still talking about it. And she apologized again, like, okay, guy, why are you not dropping this matter? I already apologized. But that before then, Jackieb wanted to give her blanket, but she wasn't feeling good. And so she didn't want to respond to getting the blanket, but then she just had to get the blanket from Jackieb. So when she went out, she heard Jackieb telling other people. Also speaking about the case prior, the old freak at night thingy with the old jacket thingy that Maria is feeling herself. And she was like, okay, babe, I feel like it's time for you to step it down a notch and just change the conversation about me, right? Let's not get into it. And then Jackieb flared up, started talking. A lot of nasty things were said. Guys, I'm like, what is happening here? What happened to I love everybody so far? I'm like, this is the second week and I feel like tension is beginning to rise. Everybody's beginning to have something against the other person and you're waiting for just small things to help break out altercations and fights, because it was just like in every angle. And then Perry, the lover boy, wanted to talk about Maria and whatnot, and that's how Angel was in the issue too. And then he called Angel the female version of a dog, and Ari was like, nah, you don't call a woman that in my presence, not on my watch. And so Perry and Ari started their own fight. So in total, I've mentioned about how many fights so far now. There's been the Tega and Nini in the morning, Jackieb and Maria happened, Liquorose, Beatrice, Angel happened, Pere and Aaron also happened. It was a messy day for these housemates. Mad. I feel like the content is now beginning to happen. What we signed up for is beginning to happen, because Proud been shouting, these guys are so dull. These guys are not giving us content. They are all just jolly and whatnot. And now that they are giving us this, I hope we can cope. Because like Nini said something that I appreciated. She was like, she feels like, okay, you don't have to react to everything first off, but then if you have to react, ensure that the reaction is one at a time. Because much later, Maria still took something up with Princess, because Princess laughed. I mean, the fight was really funny. The bitch talking, the bad talking, and the hurtful things that were said, although entertaining, yes, you would sad, right? But it's still entertaining. So Princess laughed. And then Maria was like, you laughed because somebody called me stupid. And she's like, no, that's not why I'm laughing. I'm laughing because I'm entertained. You don't own the right to my laughter. I don't owe you sobriety when you're in the middle of an argument. Like, and I think I accept that. So that didn't really escalate, and it was, nipped in the bud quite earlier and easily. But then, guys, what do you think? It's like fight everywhere. You guys should just chill, because if you're triggered by what this person says, see how Ari and Pere took someone else's issue on their own, and then they took it and then they had to, have a fight. Although in Ari's defense, I feel like Ari has already had bad blood towards Pere, and this is not going to be the last time Ari and Pere would have altercations as long as either of them is in that house. Because Ari feels like Pere is just a snake who triggers things and plays with people's emotions, tries to get reactions from them. And Aaron is easily triggered, and she's already figured that about Pere, but I don't know if she'll be able to caution and not react to whatever Pere says. So yes, let us watch out for Ari and Pere. These guys are still going to fight. But then the Jackieb and Maria fight, and then Maria I feel like Maria does not have boundaries when she's angry or when she wants to speak. She doesn't know what to be said and what to not be said. Imagine her wanting to bring Jackieb's son into their fight, and also still trying to be defensive when Nii was referring to it when trying to settle the Princess and Maria issue. She does not have what you would call mouth control or self-control when it comes to things you have to say and not to say, especially when you're angry. Which is why when they say when you're angry, don't speak, I feel like that is really true. Anyways, let's not make this video really long. That's just a summary of the fight that has happened in the house so far. We had Tega and Nini, we had Jackieb and Maria, and then Liquorose. And I feel like the Licorose's problem is born out of knowing she shouldn't be acting this way, but then she can't help acting that way, just like Sissy. And I hope it does not come into spite. I mean, Sissy of what was their edition called now? Was it the Sigobe edition, right? Double wahala, right? Yes, double wahala. I hope that it does not happen that way. She does not get bitter and whatnot. Because if that should happen, it is well, because she knows she shouldn't be feeling that way about Emmanuel, but then she can't help it. When anybody says anything about it, she's really triggered and offended and whatnot. But let's see how it will unfold, guys. That is the end of this video. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe. Please put the cherry on top. Subscribe to this video, to this channel rather. Share with your family and friends for more content regarding everything going on in the world. BBN news, reviews, worldwide tour, world web tour, and trending news happening. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Until then, bye.